Hi, my amazing artists. Today in this video we're going to learn how to draw our Day of the Dead sugar skull. So today, this is what it's going to look like when we finish, but today in this video we're just going to be drawing just this and maybe even tracing it with Sharpie. So our first step is we're going to get a piece of white paper. Place it so it's vertical, means it's long and tall. Write your name and your class code 3BU on the back, or whatever your teacher's initials are. They're going to flip it over. Take your yellow skull stencil, place it in the middle of your paper, hold it with your helping hand, and we're going to trace all the way around to give us that skull shape. And then you can take your stencil, put it off to the side. Now to get the round eye sockets, we are going to be using a plastic cup. When we place it on the eye, we don't want to place it way up here because that is our forehead. So now we're going to take the cup, and we don't want to place it too low either because that's the mouth, so we're going to place it up right here and trace around. So we also want to make sure the cup isn't too close to this line here, because otherwise it's like your eyes are falling off the side of your face. So it's right above this little indent, which is our cheekbone. So we place that there, one right across from each other. A good measurement also is if you have like a pencil's width on either side. That's a good indication you've put a good amount away from the edge of your skull. Alright, our next step is we're going to come here right at this line, and we're going to just extend that line just by a little bit. This is going to be those cheekbones of our skull. And then we're going to use an upside down heart for our nose. Now we don't want to place it way up here because that's putting like our nose right in between our eyes. We don't want to place it way down here because that's where our mouth is going to go. So the point of the heart should just kind of go right in between the two circles. And this can go a little bit below those lines for the skull. So you're just going to trace around that, holding it with your helping hand. Now our next step is to create the pockets that are in between the top and the bottom jaw. And we're just going to come here and make really two long, big letter U's here. So you don't want to go all the way down. You want to leave a little bit of space. But you want to make them long enough so that you've got room to draw your mouth and it's not going to be up too close to your nose. Now that we've got the basics of our skull, we can now start to decorate it to be like a Day of the Dead skull. And if you notice, all of these have a big circle. That is what we drew on our paper already. So you're going to pick one of these designs to draw in your eyes. And both eyes are going to be symmetrical. Symmetrical means the same on both sides. So I'm going to choose this one down here. So I'm not going to draw this big circle, but I'm going to draw the smaller circle inside and the smaller circle inside of that one. So I want to make them the same on both sides. And then I'm going to create those little rectangles. Around the eye. Again, you don't have to choose the same one that I am, but you can. So you can make both of them the same. You can also, if you really like a detail of something of another one, like maybe you like the circles or the triangles around one of the eyes, you can add that too. If you really like that, you can combine two of them together. But whatever you do, you need to do it on both eyes. They have to be symmetrical, the same. Then we're going to move on to the nose. The noses, you can all see they've got that, almost all of them have that upside down heart shape except for like two of these. And then they've got like a smaller one inside. So to draw the smaller one inside, we're just going to draw like a capital letter A but without the line inside. And then a W. Now I'm going to add and pick whatever details I want for my nose. I like this one up here, so I'm going to just add these little like teardrop shapes on either side. And I kind of like these little dots, but I'm going to put these in the inside. So I'm going to, if you want to again combine two designs together, you can. Our next step is going to be the mouth. I'm going to choose this one up here. So to make that one, I'm going to come across and connect it to both of those pockets that we drew. And then I'm going to draw these rectangles here above and below that line. And then I can erase the lines that are in between connecting those two so it's all connected. Now the next part is going to be the details on the above the top of the skull, and there's just some rules. If you're drawing something on the left or the right side, they have to be symmetrical, just like the eyes, and I would do it as a mirror image of each other. So that means like they're the opposite. So like you can see, I've got my flower here and the leaves are close to the edge of the skull. They're on the left side. So then this flower, the leaves are on the right side and they're close to the edge of the skull, and both curlicues meet in the middle. But if you draw something in the middle like this, it's just one time. So I'm going to draw this flower, but I don't want the whole thing in the middle. I'm going to just draw it as like half of a flower. So you could do that too. That's what I'm going to show you on here. So I'm going to take and I'm going to draw like a half of a circle here, and then it's got like that curly Q design, and then it has two like petals. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to make petal 1 and then petal 2. Again, I don't want to draw my design too small because when I go trace it, it could get hard to color in and not be filled in with black marker. Now I could leave it just like this and leave just the one item in the middle at the top, or if you want to add like a little extra design, like a little curlicue, you can. Again, they would be opposite each other, very similar. Okay, now we're going to put something design in the bottom. Again, like if you did something like this or the flower and you put it right in the middle, you would just draw it one time. But if you want to draw something down at the bottom, you could either connect it in the middle and draw it so they have one on each side, or like here, this one is the same image but it's separated. I'm going to do this leaf here, and I'm going to make it connect in the middle. I'm going to show you how to do that. So I would just draw like the letter V, put those little leaves on either side, and there we have it. There's my sugar skull, and then it's done. Basic design. Again, this simple is best. Don't put too many designs, otherwise it'll start to get over design and complicated. Then you're going to grab a Sharpie, and we're going to take our marker and we're going to trace our pencil lines. You are not coloring anything in. I know the sheet does have some stuff colored in here, but do not color it in. We're leaving it all empty so that we can fill it in with color later. So you're just going to trace nice and slow. If you miss a pencil line by a little bit, don't go back and get it. You can always erase that pencil line once you're done. When you get done tracing, which we're going to pretend like that I am, you can take a pink eraser and erase over all of your pencil lines, just like this. Even though you don't even think you see any, still go back over it and erase, and there you have it. There's your sugar skull. Have fun.